So ever since I can remember, I've always been so interested in marketing, sales. I just felt naturally gravitated towards it. And to be sitting right here in front of you is just amazing. So hello, Upendra, how are you?
Hi.
Okay, so सबैको एउटा स्टोरी हुने रहेछ कि where you find something and you're like, okay, this is for me. It just clicks. It just piques your interest. So initially, when you started, what was that one thing that was so attractive to you,
About
particularly about this field?
this field or this career, okay?
Yeah.
So basically, I think it was somewhere numbers, right? Although I never thought I will come into sales, right? So as a child, okay, I was every child has a different kind of phases wherein they have different ambitions, but more or less, like because of numbers, म चाहिँ म्याथ्स पढ्छु भन्ने थियो क्या. Okay, so I did major in undergradsमा maths, okay, and then I had a different thought कि म म्याथ्समा यो गर्छु त्यो गर्छु. But after my graduation, what happened? I saw, okay, that a lot of MBA things were coming up, okay, and there were some incidences. I don't know if I should make it long because I was an undergraduate then. I started working with a small company, not a small company. I wanted to, at one time, I was in Bangalore and I was studying at the same time working with a company called Balmal Lorry for a short period of time, and we were non-MBAs, So this company was a very British company, so management cadre and non-management एकदम छुट्टा हुन्थ्यो. So there was two guys who came as management trainees, and then the very simple thing is they used to get their chia in cup and saucer. है अनि हामीलाई ग्लासमा पाउँथ्यो. Okay, and then I just compared the overall IQ and overall this thing, and that one guy was there who was our boss. He said that you can also do MBA. Then that's how it clicked, and then I did my MBA. Then after doing my MBA, again it was sales and marketing, but without doing sales, marketing, it'll be difficult for somebody to understand what the consumer needs when you actually see the reality, the moment of truth that we call, where the transaction happens, where we are able to place the stocks in the market. So that happened, and I started, and then again the number always intrigued me, अनि सेल्समा के हुन्छ नि every day it's number, है बिहान आयो नम्बर, दिउँसो नम्बर, बेलुका नम्बर. So this number thing is somewhere intrigued, and I feel this is the thread between what I wanted to do and how I'm today also. It's been almost more than 20 years that I've been in sales. So I think that one thread is numbers.
Okay, so more than 20 years in sales, that's like a huge number for a young professional like me. So you must have had so many experiences, you must have met so many people. Do you remember probably one instance where you found it particularly challenging, and how did you navigate through that challenge and overcome it?
There's so many of these things, but few I will tell you, at least one or two. We can go on and on, but I'll tell you one incident. This was when I just came into Nepal. अब त्योभन्दा पहिला अर्को कम्पनीमा काम गर्दा पनि थियो, but let me talk about what happened in Dabur. Okay, so when I came to Nepal, it was 2001, end of 2000, 2001. Nepal was going problems of insurgency, and then that time because I had just come to Nepal, I traveled extensively, है. अनि जब नेपालगञ्जतिर गएँ, त्यो नेपालगञ्जबाट माथि डिस्ट्रिब्युटरले सामान डिस्ट्रिब्युट गर्नु, they never went to those areas like रोल्पा सोल्पा. It was like the forbidden kingdom, nobody used to go there. Oh, if you go there, we'll get killed or something like that. But I saw there was a huge number of people living there, and there are people. What we sell hair oils, we sell chyawanprash, we sell honey, we sell those products which are day-to-day use bhayirako product. So why then I asked the team, के त्यहाँको मान्छेले दाँत माझ्दैन, त्यहाँको मान्छेले तेल लाउँदैन, होइन? If they are insurgents, it's okay, but they are our consumers, and we should not say कि I will not go there. And then I talked to the distributor, होइन सर त्यहाँ त जानु हुँदैन, you know, we'll get robbed, blah 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 blah. I said, let's try once. After a lot of this thing, pursuing them, then they said, sir, तपाईँको रिस्कमा, and I will send only one guy, you go with them, I will not take risk. If anything happens, then the company has to take risk. Then I said, okay. हेरौँ त के हुँदो रहेछ. Then we went, and sales people are normally very simple people, होइन? जे जहाँ पुग्छ त्यहीँ सुत्छ, जे पाउँछ त्यही खान्छ, है? So we went. So that time the road was also pretty bad, होइन? I think 65 kilometers journey, it took us some around 7-8 hours. So there was a place called Bhingri Bazaar, and after that was the last army or the police point. After that we crossed, and as we heard the story, you will be the insurgents will be there, blah blah blah. Similar thing happened. Okay, they had their post. We went. Then they asked, कहाँबाट आउनुभएको, के गर्नुभएको, गाडीमा के छ, and all those questions. And then you can't go. Then I explained to them. Then there was one of their, I think, senior guys. He came. Then I went and talked to him. See, we have come. I didn't say we have come here to do business. I said we have come here to provide our products to people who are living here. They also have the right to use hair oils, toothpaste, and the products that we sell. And I never said I was from the company or something. Yeah. We are all salesmen. होइन? त्यो भनेर उनीहरूलाई कन्भिन्स गरेछु. उनीहरूले अनि मैले पनि भने यस्तो सामान डिस्ट्रिब्युट गर्ने कतिवटा आउँछ मान्छे तपाईँहरूकोमा, होइन? तपाईँहरूले दुःख गरेर यु गेट द स्टफ टु फिड द पिपल हियर. सो एन्ड देन ही सेड, या यु आर भेरी राइट, we have no problem, but we want to check the vehicle before you enter. Then I said, fair enough. They checked the vehicle. So very warmly they let us in. Although there was a lot of, the heart was beating, dhak 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 dhak, होइन? एउटा हान्दियो भने सक्यो, है? Then we went there, and then we stayed in one place, and then we started selling our products from Bhingri Bazaar to kata bazaar गर्दै गर्दै रोल्पा लिबाङसम्म we went. We did whatever stocks we had taken. It was, I remember, it was a Tata 407. त्यहाँ सबै सामान, all the products we sold, that also in cash, because there was no chance we could give credit, because next time we didn't know if we could come also. And then we came back. Then I convinced the distributor. So there is a market. I convinced the team also. There is a market. Yes, there are challenges. So for that, you need to have 3 P's. You need to have the passion. You need to be perseverant. And you need to be patient. So with these 3 things, I think that was one incident I remember very well. And then some of the guys who had gone with me, till today we talk about it, It was risky, yes. But फल त राम्रो पायो नि त. So in sales, every day is a challenge, and everybody has this kind of stories. And then one more incident I will tell you, which is not exactly one incident, but realma we had some issues of, there were whole lot of people saying, yes, so that there was one phase. So it was more of a business and a company problem, but nonetheless, it was the salespeople who used to face the consumer or the customer at the front end. Yeah. So what used to happen that time is everybody used to say ki yo bhayo tyo bhayo. So what we used to do is basically convince them, number one. अब कसरी कन्भिन्स गर्ने? ल मेरोमा 5वटा पिस छ, तपाईलाई खुवाएर खोलेर यहीँ खुवाइदिन्छु. अगर आयो भने तपाईले जे गर्नुहुन्छ यो गर्नुस्. हामीलाई पिट्नुहुन्छ, पक्रिनुहुन्छ, do whatever you want. And we are sure it is not, because we were very confident of what we were selling. Whatever happened or would त्यति बेला भएको, one, it was a bit of a propaganda from somewhere, and 2, it was because of mishandling. Ab Nepal mein, the transportation, the roads, mishandling due to multiple handling. अब मेरो फ्याक्ट्रीबाट सिएफएमा आउँछ, सिएफएबाट डिस्ट्रिब्युटरमा आउँछ, डिस्ट्रिब्युटर सेन्ड्स इट टु द मार्केट, द मार्केटमा एउटा होलसेलरले लिएला, देन इट गोज टु द रिटेलर. सो देयर इज अ ह्युज, द च्यानल इज लङ. सो इन द्याट period, normally, there might be some mishandling, and at the end of the day, real ko jun packet sa kagaz hai to, hai. So we need to take care of it. But at times when there are mishandled, there might be some issues. So that's what we used to explain to them, So what I feel is, if we explain it to people, if we are able to have patience and to buzayo bhane, passionately buzayo bhane, whether it's a consumer, whether it's a very conky type of customer, they will understand. So that's it. So those challenges are always happening in a salesman ko life ma, So all of us are, at the end of the day, salesmen. We whether it's the salesperson or the sales manager, at the end of the day, samane bisnu paryo, male bisnu paryo. So that's it.
So हजुरले एउटा कुरा गर्नुभएको चाहिँ I want to cross question,
Yeah.
right? Because एकदमै मन पर्यो क्या मलाई. A lot of the young professionals right now starting their career, हामी चाहिँ एकदमै we're not very patient. We want instant results,
Correct.
instant gratification चाहिन्छ. So what do you have to say to that? Why are the young professionals struggling with that?
I think the world over has become like that,
Yeah.
It's fast paced,
Yeah, एकदमै.
अब हामीले कुनै पनि चिज डिजिटल युज गरेको माइट बी समवेयर इन आवर टिनेजर्स, बट आजको बच्चाहरू हेर्नु न, लाइक इन 2 years they know how to scroll through a mobile or something. Okay, so the overall lifestyle, our lifestyle, right from the day we are born, is being fast paced.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's natural to be demanding, and I think that is one positive thing also happening, which is
Yeah.
pushing the new generation to do better. I see a positiveness there. Ki it's not that impatience jun cha, to one extent it's also doing good, because we are wanting results faster.
Yeah.
अब पुरानोमा अलिकति old slow paced हुन्थ्यो, yes, being patient is good, but again there is a threshold of the patience. How long can you wait? So I think it's got the pros and cons on their own.
Okay, so you talked about the world being एकदमै fast paced right
Yeah.
now. Nothing is stagnant. Everything is just like you have to get it done. So I'm pretty sure throughout the years, a lot has changed in your industry as well. So in order to become successful, how did you adapt to all of those changes? What strategies in particular did you adopt?
Strategy भन्दा पनि I would not call
Yeah.
it like high for
Yeah.
strategy भन्दैन है. Simple thing, right from day one, because I told you about numbers. Office-मा पनि, यहाँ पनि, with my team, with my seniors, with my juniors, I always wanted to talk data. म भन्छु क्या, data speaks itself. हैन? कसैलाई के बुझाउनु पर्यो भने, I don't have to tell a story if I have a data, because that data gives you, good, bad, ugly. Your whole performance is very, very objective. There's no subjectivity. And in sales, it's very easy to evaluate a person. हामीले उसको अनुहार हेरेर इभ्यालुएट गर्दैनौँ. इन मेनी अदर और उसको काम might be, human psychology, human behavior, human moods, and these things might change over a period of time, right? And the performance of that person might change. But our perception does not change. But in sales, it is not the perception, it is not the mood, it is the numbers. A guy might be hero in 1 quarter, will become zero in 1 quarter. Because 1 quarter ma उसले खतरा performance दियो भने, he comes on the top. Next quarter he is not able to do the numbers, he is down the line. So one thing that the strategy or whatever you call it, is data analysis. हामीले especially sales ma, if we speak to anyone with numbers. Just आजको दिनमा पनि when we go to the distributor, I need to convince him about something. Okay, if I tell him you have to do this, you have to do that, मलाई सेल्सम्यान दिनु पर्यो, तपाईले गाडी दिनु पर्यो, यो गर्नु पर्यो, त्यो गर्नु पर्यो, he will say yes, तर कसरी हुन्छ, मलाई पोसाउँदैन. But if I go with numbers, हैन, if I go and tell him कि okay, I have given you a certain area to cater the market. This area has 500 outlets, and in order to cater to this 500 outlets, मैले weekly सर्भिस गर्नु खोज्यो भने मलाई यतिवटा सेल्सम्यान चाहिन्छ, यतिवटा डेलिभरी सेल्सम्यान चाहिन्छ, यतिवटा गाडी चाहिन्छ. अब यति गर्दाखेरि then your sales will grow from here to here, and if your sales grows from here to here, your expenses might be more or less the same, so you will also gain more profit, and at the bottom line you will also gain, I will also gain. So if I can explain it to them with a number, हैन, and he will definitely be convinced. अनि कुनै चिज मैले उसलाई फोर्स डाउन गर्नु छ भने पनि sometimes numbers will help me, because generally people are not very comfortable when you talk numbers, हैन. So the moment you talk very statistically, people get nervous. So that is one a very good strategy to talk to your customers or talk to your people whom you want work to be done. The moment you talk numbers, either he's good enough, he will understand and do it, or he doesn't understand and he will be forced to do that. So either way, I think number helps, and then obviously correct data analysis will give us a very clear picture of the fish and fishbone this thing. के cause होता, केले गर्दा problem होता, problem analysis will be much more clearer when it's more driven through our data. So that's basically what I feel.
So you talked about data, you talked about information, right? So personally, there is abundant resources out there for the younger generations, but how do we keep ourselves relevant? What's correct, what's not, what's relevant, what's irrelevant? So how do you personally keep yourself updated?
Updated, okay. Basically what I feel is not just me, even the company, हैन, we have to change as per how the technology and the science is changing, हैन. आजको दिनमा म ल्यापटपै चलाउँदिन. I remember there were many people in sales who literally were not comfortable and they didn't want to use adapt the changes. हैन, पहिला हामीले सेल्स प्लानिङ गर्दाखेरि we used to buy that big पेपर A3 के भन्थ्यो, हैन. त्यो पेपरमा एक एकवटा लेखेर प्लानिङ एक एकवटा क्याल्कुलेटर गरेर प्लानिङ गर्थ्यो. Today if I do that, it's going to take 7 days to do a planning. So I use Excel or whatever this thing, and now with the more the new generation, artificial intelligence and all, there are so many softwares that help us plan. Even the demand planning जुन हामी गर्छौं, हैन, एउटा forecasting दिन्छौं हामीले. We give a forecast to the factory. Okay, next 6 months you need to produce this. So how do I take it out? Okay, in the earlier days it was my gut feel that I used to put it down in a paper. But today, whatever data I have collected, I put it into a system. It throws a number to me. That number, yes, we again evaluate, put our manual intervention, human intellect, we do change that. But by and large, a software helps me. So our technology helps me. Okay, that's one. Another thing, earlier, like we are also now transforming digital transformation. Sales ma digital transformation ma ke garcho bhane, hijo mero yesterday my visibility of sales was till the distributor, what I sell to him, what products I sell to him, what SKUs I sell to him, what brands I sell to him. I did not have the visibility of what he further sells in the market, where he sells and at what rate he sells. Okay, today we have put in a certain distributor management system wherein he further builds into the market through a system, through a software. Okay, And now I have that visibility. He sold, which channel he sold? Cosmetic channel na bechu ki, he sold it into kirana, eat and drink, whatever. And then I can make my planning further better if I do that. Because yesterday I don't know where my guy was going. I spent money in cosmetics. It ended up, the scheme ended up going to the kirana also. But today with my app, with my control, the distributor cannot give that scheme to a kirana outlet because that my scheme will be planned only for a cosmetic outlet. Okay, so one, I also save money. Two, I do exactly what I want to do, what I plan to do. So that's how we have to, whether it's person or whether it's a company, we need to change as per the technology, adapt new technology, or we'll all be left behind. Personally also, the company also. So,
okay, perfect. So सेल्समा चाहिँ अब हजुर कति फिल्डमा जानुभयो होला. You probably met like hundreds of people, made thousands of calls. So do you remember any funny incident from the past that still makes you smile or chuckle?
Okay. I'll tell you, before this, before coming to Dabur, I used to work with Amul. Okay. And I started my career with Amul, and I started working in Varanasi, Banaras. Right? So Banaras, I joined as a young MT, and then first 6 months we were supposed to visit the market, only market visit. So there's a place called Mirzapur in near Allahabad. So त्यहाँ गए. अब normally when we go to the market, so we used to call it ready stock. That means गाडीमा सामान हालेर we go selling it into the different markets. So I asked the distributor, गाडी हो गया, ready है? He said, हाँ ready है. Then I was watching, उता म हेरेँ होइन, गाडी त छैन कहीँ पनि. कहाँ है भनेको, त्यहाँनिर उधर है भनेर देखाएँ होइन. अनि के रहेछ भन्दा घोडा गाडी रहेछ. Okay, so it was a completely funny thing. I laughed. I also cried. है त्यो 42, 43 को गर्मीमा घोडा गाडीमा सामान राखेर सामान बेच्नु जानु was not a joke. Okay, so it was very funny. At the same time, it was very, I thought, कहाँ आ गया? Where did I come? What I wanted now, I'm sitting in a घोडा गाडी selling stuff. But it was a very funny thing. But yes, that was the market then. गाउँतिर, in the rural markets, people used to even do retailing in that way. But over a period of time, it's changed. And today, India, a lot of changes have happened. A lot of digitalization has happened. And so similar trend is also coming to Nepal. So that incident, I find it very funny. I was thinking of a mechanized jeep ma gadi ma saman halera becne, there was a ghoda gadi, So that was very funny incident, I remember.
Okay, so also India ko baare ma kura garnu paryo. So in terms of everything, market jun way ma gairaheko cha, how far behind do you think are we? Or kati progress bhayiraheko cha paila bhanda chai?
See, if you say in sales, at the end of the day, it's saman becne ho, right from the days of the, I think, I don't know, Stone Age or the Roman Age or whatever, basically it's a transaction. Probably that time it was a barter system. Today it's a cash, or today people pay through your phone pay. Tomorrow there might be some other way of paying. But basically it is a transaction. You sell it to one person, he gives you money. That is always the same. But how it is changed and what we are looking at is the data and the info that we have, and how we use that data to improve ourselves so that it becomes more easy, more competitive. Because every day the competitive intensity is increasing. More number of companies are coming, younger companies are coming. Probably many of them are much more innovative, much more customer friendly. So how do I compete with them? So when you are talking about how far I'm behind from India, yes, in terms of technology we are behind. I cannot say how many years, but definitely 5-6 वर्ष हामी डाबरमै हेऱ्यो भने पनि I think we are a bit slow, like all this sales automation, जुन distribution management system इन्डियामा 5-6 वर्ष पहिला नै they have started implementation, but now we are doing it in Nepal. So that way we might be a little bit late, but if in terms of the what do you call, the outlet footprints जुन हामी कभर गर्छौँ होइन, त्यसमा धेरै फरक छैन होला. म्यानुअल कामहरू जुन गर्छौँ, जुन एक्चुअली इन मार्केट वाट वी डु might not be far behind, but yes, in little bit in technology analysis, data driven analytics, जुन India also there is a big availability of these software and software companies who help you do this data analysis. Nepal it's zero. Hey, Nepal forget about data analytical companies who help FMCG companies. नेपालमा कुनै पनि market research agency जुन पहिला Nielsen was there, even they are not there. Today I want to know what is the market share, I just have to guess what is the market share of XYZ. But in India or in any other countries, most of the developed countries, data is there, and that data gives me power. Right? So I think in Dabur, in Nepal, overall as a country, I think that is what we are lacking. We are मैले के गर्ने त भन्दाखेरि मेरोमा डिसाइड गर्नुलाई केही न केही एनालिटिक्स हुनु पर्यो नि त. द्याट आई डु नट ह्याभ, and that hampers me from sometimes making the correct decisions, sometimes making slower decisions. Okay, so that is something, yes, we are definitely behind.
Okay, so you talked about CEOs being transactional, right? So अहिले चाहिँ businesses they're focusing more on building long-term relationships rather than just like one-time sale, right? So how important do you think is building long-term relationships? Like throughout your career, how have you closed deals, built that trust, and further elongated that relationship over time with your clients?
I think sales one of the most important thing is relationship. Okay, or in that case in anything in life, relationship is important, but sales I think is very, very important. And nobody can do, especially in FMCG companies like ours, we cannot say कि एकपल्ट सेल गरेर म भाग्छु हैन, because that person will be needing toothpaste every 1 month. Okay, so I cannot fool him by selling something and then expecting a repurchase or something. Okay, so normally salespersonहरु एकदमै relationship oriented हुन्छ. I'll give you example. I'm here in Nepal for last 20 years. तर दिवालीमा जुन डिस्ट्रिब्युटरहरु त्यति बेला बनारस र गोरखपुर र कानपुरमा थिए नि, today also that is the only time in the year they give one call and say happy Diwali.
Wow,
I feel that's relationship. हैन? And the only thing sales people have, everybody, I see everybody, sometimes we talk, Mr. Bedi also talks, he also talks about त्यति बेला यो डिस्ट्रिब्युटर थियो यो, we all remember that, okay, smaller ones we might forget over time, but and even today when we meet them, when we have to do even again after coming to Nepal also, जुन डिस्ट्रिब्युटरहरु जुन कस्टमरहरु हाम्रो थियो हैन, it's a long term relationship. There are distributors today who are working for 40 years. Whether Dabur Nepal was there or not there, they used to get their supplies from India. So sales is all about relationship, and how we build relationship with the customer, distributor भयो, बजारमा एक एकवटा रिटेलरमा पनि if you go with our sales guys, you will be surprised that sometimes I also think that so many people you have to know, and you have to know with a very very pleasant के भन्छ a positive relationship हैन हुन्छ. Yes, there are a lot of no jokes with some people who don't understand, but by and large I think a good relationship is what a salesperson thrives on. Otherwise I don't think he can be a good salesperson ever.
That is beautiful.
हैन?
Loved it. Okay, so now I want to ask you a personal question from my side, and that is, I'm pretty sure you have faced a lot of challenging days where you felt like, okay, I don't want to wake up and I don't want to go to work, I don't want to do this, that. A lot of youngsters face that. So could you please share some of the tricks that helped you overcome or just get going on those days?
Okay, so I अब yes, people are lazy, I also want to sleep late. Okay, and when I was young, and everybody when they were young, I think it's like that, like my daughter also, she wants to sleep late, I also used to sleep late, but over a period of time I think it changes. Okay, and one thing what changed over a period of time, one was health personally is something that you want to keep in top of your mind. Okay, because हामी काम गर्छौं, पैसा कमाउँछौं, के गर्छौं त? There are two things. One is health, your own health, and your family. And these two things have always motivated to work, to do better. अब आफ्नो हेल्थ ठिक हुनु पर्यो, त्यसको लागि बिहान उठ्नु पर्यो, वर्कआउट गर्नु पर्यो, गेम खेल्नु पर्यो, whatever. Okay, so you don't keep yourself lethargic, and you keep yourself normally it happens when you go for a workout in the morning, the whole day आफूलाई फ्रेश लाग्छ हैन, उठेर जानु गाह्रो हुन्छ, but once you go, you work out, you move out of that, and then you feel fresh, and then you will be motivated to go again next day. So that's one thing. And another thing, yes, if you see you want to work hard, किन work hard गर्ने त हैन? Okay, you have a family, you need to support your family, and you have your kids, you want to give them good education, you need to there are many things we have missed in our younger days. You want to make sure that their dreams are fulfilled. I wanted to be X, probably I became Y, but let my children become X only, let them not compromise. So these few factors always motivated me, अब काम गर्ने हो, राम्रो काम गर्ने हो, you give your best, because आजको competitive जमानामा you don't be the best,
true,
you are nowhere.
It's very cutthroat out there. Okay, so perfect. So let's move on to a very interesting segment. I'm pretty sure you did not know about it, but it's the rapid fire round, where I will be asking you a couple of questions, and then you need to be very rapid, and your answers need to be full of fire. Okay, so the first question is, phone calls or in-person meetings?
In-person meeting.
Cold calling or networking?
Networking.
Email or LinkedIn messages?
Email. No, LinkedIn messages.
Golf or happy hour of networking?
Happy hour of networking.
Okay. CRM or spreadsheet for sales tracking?
CRM.
Suit and tie or business casual?
Business casual.
Sales pitch or product demonstration?
It should be, I think, okay, I can't.
You only have to choose one.
Okay. Come again? Sales pitch or?
Product demonstration.
Product demonstration.
Product demonstration, okay. Follow-up email or phone call?
Phone call.
Okay. This is an interesting one. I want to know this personally. Commission or salary?
Salary.
Okay. Always be closing or listen more than you talk?
Listen more than you talk.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
rapid. All right, so we are moving towards the end of the podcast. And the final question to you is, what would you advise to someone who wishes to pursue in the same profession as you? Someone probably who is way younger, probably 23, 24, just starting out.
Okay. One most important thing is, for anyone, success doesn't come in a shortcut. है जति नै भने पनि जति नै टेक्नोलोजी आए पनि हैन whatever thing comes, सेल्समा च्याट जीपीटी चल्दैन. You have to go through it. You have to experience. And in many other departments, I think there are a lot of theoretical stuff if you know. हैन पढेर जस्तो फाइनान्समै you need to know some lot of things which while working clicks and then you become better. But in sales, I think it's more of a human touch. हैन मैले फोन कलमा गरेको कल र सँगै अगाडि बसेर बेचेकोमा I will be able to convince you better when I meet you. हैन it's expression, it's your body language, it's your micro expressions, how you give and how you read that person. Okay, so it makes a lot of difference. So in sales, I think there is no shortcut. बजार जानै पर्यो, मान्छेलाई भेट्नै पर्यो, and you learn over a period of time which will help. Number one is no sales cut, no shortcut. Another thing, again I already told, data and analysis. You cannot गफ दिएर एकपल्ट you will gain a sales pitch. But if you have data to substantiate what you are saying, okay, you become much more impactful and people will believe you. Sure. And third thing, I think you have to be yourself in sales. Okay, or in any professional. I personally feel हुन्छ नि त्यो अरूलाई इम्पर्सनेट गरेर एकदम एक्सेन्ट मारेर it I don't think that will impress people on a long run. एकछिन हेर्दाखेरि ए वाउ भन्छ होला, but as people understand you, okay, and then whatever you do, I think be yourself. Don't try to impersonate anyone. आफ्नो मनले के चाहिन्छ, if you can do and if you do, I think that'll be the key to success, whether it's for sales people or I think this is a very, very general thing. So that's three things.
Amazing, beautiful advices. I mean, I was mesmerized throughout the whole thing. Okay, so thank you so much for beautiful, amazing insights. I learned a lot, especially for someone who is so interested in marketing and sales. This was so heartwarming for me. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Yeah.